Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. Shout out to my man Brian Shadow Strike for sending this over to the channel. It is a recent forum post on the input system update, a progress report for January of 2022. I discussed on the channel a couple days ago a graphics option that someone had discovered in the meta files of the game. Let's see if this talks more about that or about other things. Greetings, summoners. I feel like when I say greetings, YouTube, and they say greetings, summoners, they're mocking me. They're also ripping me off. What a time to be alive. It's been a while since we've talked about the progress that we've made in our quest to create a whole new input system for MCOC. We understand that from the outside, it might seem like there hasn't been any progress made because there haven't been any incremental changes, but behind the scenes, there's been some major breakthroughs and steps forward. As we get closer to the release of this input refactor, that sounds like a special kind of holofoil trading card. We want to start sharing more progress reports, even though they may be more on the technical side. Well, we've just been asking for transparency this entire time, so that would be a huge plus. The team is continuing to make great progress toward resolving the input issues in the game, and we are excited to let you know that as of the end of 2021, our QA teams have been testing this new input system and have found the controls to be more consistent and feeling like what players were used to before. We're very happy with the early results and are looking forward to moving on to the next step, a split test in March in patch 34.0. 34.0. Patch 12.0 was 26 patches ago. Shout out to everybody who feels as old as I do in this game. In version 34.0, we are going to be testing the input fix via an opt-in-out system within the game's settings menu. A random grouping of summoners will be given the option to opt in to test, where we will be able to collect some basic data and feedback on how the fix is behaving in a live environment. If the initial results are good, we aim to get this out to even more summoners in an update shortly after. If this is successful and we find that this is an improvement to the current control issues, we will be moving to release the fix as soon as possible. Keep in mind, they say as soon as possible. Today, we're still in January, and here they're talking about version 34.0 in the first week of March. So soon is kind of relative at this point. As we work to implement this fix for everyone, we are aware that there may be some edge cases or issues that will need to be addressed, and we are committed to fixing those as quickly as possible when they arise. While we do not want any issues to affect the release timeline, there may be some that require more attention that could push the full release a little further. Additionally, other new unintended interactions may arise that some players may actually like. That is as vague as it gets. We're open to having a conversation about those cases when they come up, but may have to fix them for the greater health of the game. When they say greater health of the game, they often mean greater health of their pocketbook. Cases like this are similar to reparry, which was never an intended mechanic, but became useful to players, so we worked to keep it in the game. So you're telling me there was a point where they considered taking reparry out of the game? I feel like that's as newsworthy as anything in this post. That's all for today, summoners, but we will be sharing more information with you as we move closer to release. Thank you for your time, and see you in the Battle Realm. Well, let's start with the pro. This message exists. We have some hope in 2022 that they're going to be transparent about the progress with getting input issues corrected. There are a few cons, though, and one of them is that you're telling people in January that essentially the whole month of February is going to be the same thing. Because I read this as, don't worry, we'll have special opportunities to fix things in March. And the last time they told us this, it was, we're going to fix half the game in October and half the game in November, and everything will be fixed by the time probably Cyber Weekend sales happen. Remember Cyber Weekend? Didn't that feel like just yesterday? That was 2 months ago. 2 months ago. So a lot has changed in terms of different events in the game, but the actual gameplay, not so much. This is also not even touching on some of the bugs I've reported on my channel or discussed off my channel regarding things like Alliance War, Alliance Quest, etc. that are still popping up. Now, the game has always had bugs. I can't remember a month that it was bug-free, maybe when we first started playing the game, but not for the last couple of years. So I don't think it's realistic to expect a game that has 0 bugs. It just kind of comes with the territory of new patches. But there's a difference between having a couple visual glitches every once in a while and having the dropped inputs that make so many of you reach out to me and say, Prof, I'm trying to become Uncollected. I'm trying to become Cavalier. Heck, I'm trying to become Thronebreaker. And I just have to quit out because this is madness. I also have to say, I haven't done a video on this specifically, but some of your reports into the channel lately have concerned really crazy input drops and bugs in different variant content, and that is never good either. So there you go. We have hope for March. That's a takeaway. What are your takeaways in this message? Thanks again to Brian Shadowstrike for passing this on to the channel, and everybody else for clicking on this video and supporting my Marvel Casino Champions YouTube channel.